All right, welcome back to the Armory Life. So you probably have gone and done it. You have bought one of the coolest bolt guns out on the market today, the Springfield Model 2020 Waypoint, which is going to come in a couple of different camo patterns and different options from stainless steel, Cerakoted, all the way up to carbon fiber barrels. And the next decision you have to make is a tough one because you have to choose what scope you're going to mount on top of that Model 2020. And this is a difficult decision these days because we have so many options. You're going to need to choose between mil or MOA depending on what style of math you like to do. And you've got a ton of options when it comes to magnification. We have everything starting from 1, 2, or 4, all the way up to the ranges of 40 and into the 50s when it comes to magnification these days. Being that the Model 2020 Waypoint guarantees sub 3/4 MOA, that is 0.75 or better MOA, for a good, well-trained user out there on the range, we used good ammo for today's video from Norma, specifically their whitetail ammo, which is really big with the hunters, but we used it to get the maximum performance out of this carbon fiber wrapped barrel. The scope we're going to be testing out today is the Swampfox Kentucky Long in 2-14 by 44. If you are new to long range precision shooting or hunting, you need to understand what scope language means. The 2-14 is going to be the first series of numbers which determines what the magnification is going to be. This is going to allow you to have from anywhere from 2 to 14 times magnification, and that last number of 44 is going to be the overall size in millimeters of the objective and lens. The objective lens of the scope is going to be the portion that faces downrange or the furthest part of that scope from your eye. Once you've chosen your brand, magnification, and size, you're going to need to determine whether you want MOA or mil, and that's really going to come down to what you know or what type of math you want to work with. That's also going to give you a bunch of different reticle options. For today, we are going to be using the Recce mil option from the people at Swampfox. This is going to be what some people refer to as a Christmas tree design, where it has built-in holdovers and lines, so you can do the math right in the scope without having to dial anything up on the turrets. But the big difference between MOA and mil is really how they adjust. MOA is in inches and generally goes in quarters, and mils are in the centimeter line and usually go by tenths. This scope is also FFP, or first focal plane. Now, if you don't know what that is, there's first focal plane and second focal plane. The way I remember this, first is fancy. It gets bigger as you magnify that optic. Second focal plane optics are going to have the same size reticle throughout the magnification spectrum. The tube diameter on this specific scope from Swampfox is going to be 30 millimeters, so it's going to fit most of your standard mounts out there. Total overall length is going to be 12.4 inches, and it's going to come in at 24 ounces. You have the ability to also adjust your parallax on this from 10 yards all the way up to infinity, and your field of view at max magnification is going to be 9.3 feet at 100 yards. All of the glass on this scope is going to be fully multi-coated, and it's going to contain rare earth minerals to provide high light transmission with great edge-to-edge clarity. This scope has been tested to 1100 Gs and has push-pull locking turrets with a total of 60 clicks worth of adjustment, whether you're in the MOA or the mil style pattern. If you are someone who finds yourself working, training, or just having fun out there in inclement weather like rain or dust storms, this optic is rated at IPX7, so there's no need to worry about getting dust, debris, or water on the internals of that scope, which has been nitrogen purged. And if you find yourself using this in low light conditions, this is powered by a single 2032 battery, giving you a full illumination of that entire reticle in red. With the Swampfox Kentucky Long, you will get a few extras right in the box. You're going to get a microfiber to clean off your glass. You're going to get the standard manual that's going to come with everything. You're also going to get 2 included shark fin style throw levers, one being large and one being a medium height. It will come with your battery to illuminate the optic, flip up front and rear lens caps, and you're also going to get that 3-inch sunshade should you be someone like me who often finds themselves shooting in blazing bright suns in the state of Arizona. Installing your Swampfox Kentucky Long is going to be a very simple process like any other scope. The things you need to pay attention to: thread locker, torque settings, and of course, getting this thing ultimately leveled at 0 if at all possible. Once your scope is installed, you need to get out on the range and start the zero process. This is where your ammo choice becomes very important because you're going to want to zero this rifle with the ammo you're actually going to use out there. You're not going to want to zero with cheap ammunition and then use your preferred hunting ammunition because it's not going to have the same ballistics. For all of my testing and what I'm going to use, I'm using Norma Whitetail, which they provided not only for the testing, but is going to be my chosen hunting ammo because this Waypoint Model 2020 is going to be my new dedicated deer rifle. Out on the range, the Swampfox Kentucky Long and the Model 2020 Waypoint performed flawlessly. I was able to put 6 rounds of 6.5 Pre-More from that Norma Whitetail in a pattern about the size of a nickel. Now for me, that's very good. I am not the most proficient not only with scoped rifles, but especially precision when it comes to running bolt guns. When it comes to the reticle and the glass clarity of that Kentucky Long from Swampfox, it has been great. I've been able to test a few of their scopes and low power variable optics at this point. Each one of them has had very good edge-to-edge clarity, very good eye relief, and their reticles are very crisp and clear. Whatever minerals they are using in their glass seems to transmit light very well above 90%, and I have not had any problem with hewing or discoloration. One of my favorite parts of the Kentucky Long is the pop-up zero reset style turrets. These are a lot easier to me than using kind of a traditional style scope because you can pop the turret up, make your adjustment, push it back down, and it locks into place. Whereas other style of optics, you have to take that turret completely off, uncap it, adjust it, and then screw that cap back on. I not only find this style more fun to use on the range, but a heck of a lot faster and easier, so I don't have to leave my turrets exposed at all times. When it comes to making the adjustments, you're going to have a very tactile and audible click, and the turrets move very smooth, whether it was the elevation or that windage. Your turrets are going to be fully marked with white and a red return to zero, so you can make your adjustments and get back to zero super quick. When it comes to using the included throw levers, I chose to go with the smaller one of the two because it fits my style a little bit better and it just felt better while using it out there on the range. That taller one is definitely nice and will help you get a firmer grasp on it, but I just found it to be a little bit big for me. The Kentucky Long has a lot of great options, everything from the pop-up turrets to the clarity of the glass. One of the best things about the Swampfox brand is it comes with a 50,000 round guarantee. I'm pretty sure all of us in the world out there know that a 50,000 round guarantee on a bolt gun really means a lifetime warranty. Again, Swampfox is going to have a variety of the Kentucky Longs for you, whether you're looking for mil or MOA. They're also going to have several different versions based on reticle and how much magnification you want. The 2-14 is going to be a good solid starting point, but they have options going well past 20 should you need to really stretch the legs of your Model 2020. And again, a huge thank you to Norma for supplying that whitetail ammo and to Swampfox for supplying the Kentucky Long for today's testing. Make sure you guys check out some of the other content on the Armory Life, especially if you are looking for a new scope to outfit your Model 2020.